All right, welcome in everybody. I'm Danny from Gardendale, and I've got this little YouTube show going here for all the Bama fans to call in and just Bama Nation just to get together, just a huddle place here. I really need y'all to help me come up with some kind of name for this. We need to call it Crimson Club. I don't know, Bama Club Connection. Y'all give me some ideas. Give me some thoughts. Wow, what a big weekend we had. Hang on a second here. We had a big weekend, Tennessee Vols. We put them down and racked up some big yards. We had Waddle go out for the year, man. That is just heartbreaking. I mean, Mr. Excitement. He was, if for the older people, they knew about David Palmer. They knew about David Palmer, and he reminds me of David Palmer, and he's just Mr. Excitement, great player. Hate to see him get hurt, go out, and everybody's sick about that. But big game. I mean, Saban continues to rack up, his victories over his assistant coaches, and we're getting a general surgeon warning. It's 14 years we're firing up them cigars. And it's a lot of fun, and it's like I said, it's just a place to get together, have a connection here, and talk a little football. And I've got somebody on the line already. Let's see. Are you there, sir?
I am.
All right. Welcome in. Who we got here on the line with us?
This is Ricky from Tide Talk Sports. What's going on, buddy?
Tide Talk Sports. Great, man. Everything's great over here. What town do you live in, Ricky?
East. Did you say time?
No, I said town. Excuse me. I may have said time. What's the town?
Cedar Bluff, Alabama. I split time between Cedar Bluff, Alabama, and Dalton, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Good deal. Yeah, Ricky, man, appreciate you calling in, buddy. What was your takeaway from this Alabama game?
I'm encouraged from it. I think that our defense, showed themselves in the second half against Georgia. And I don't think that Alabama fans necessarily should be expecting to see a whole lot of shutouts with the way the offensive game is now. But a bend but don't break defense that's opportunistic and can get some turnovers. We're seeing non-offensive touchdowns again. So I'm encouraged by the way they played against Tennessee, and I think we'll just continue to get better as the season moves along.
I know, Ricky. I'm looking at the stats, man, and Tennessee didn't give it 302 yards total off. That's pretty wild.
Yep. The defense is finally starting to, and like I said, we're not going to be elite. We're just not. But bend but don't break is good enough, and I think that's what we're seeing.
And, yeah, I agree with you. In this day and time with the high-powered offense, I'm old school, and I'm making a change. I'm getting on the Mac train, and this offense is exciting, man. It really is. What have you heard about Waddle, man? Is he going to be out? He's going to be out for the year, right?
Yeah, he's pretty much done. Nick Saban mentioned it in his press conference, and I was told the same thing right before his press conference started, that the injury itself is very similar to what Kenyon Drake had. Essentially, it's a high ankle sprain and a fracture. So not looking good for Jalen. I hope he's able to recover and be successful again.
Man. I know it. I tell you, man, Bolden, he come in and done a good job, I thought. And the wide receivers stepped up. And Mac, I mean, did anybody see this coming about Mac, way he's playing other than Johnny from Coben calls the Ryan Fowler show? He was on the board from the beginning, but I mean, what a surprise from Mac.
Absolutely, yeah, surprise to me. I'd be lying to you if I told you I expected this. Did I expect Mac Jones to be a capable quarterback? Yes, but did I expect Mac Jones to be Joe Burrow-like in his performance? No, I did not.
I know it, man. I tell you, that's something else. I didn't either. I didn't see it. I was still mad from the Auburn game, and I was hoping that, I was thinking Bryce, this gunslinger's going to come in and really show out. And but Bryce has shown some plays there. He can really let it go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got a good arm. He's not got an arm that's going to blow away NFL scouts, but I think it's good enough to make all the throws. But what I'm most impressed with is his demeanor. He stays calm. It don't matter if the whole world's falling around him. He's Mr. Calm. He goes through his progressions, and he's not afraid to hit his check down guy. He takes what the defense gives him, and we can win a whole lot of games that way with Mac Jones, especially the way we've been able to run the ball the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Mac is tough, though. He's taking some hits, and what I like is his grit. Like, it's like he hates to miss a pass. He hates incompletions. You can see him just going off the field, making faces and getting mad,
Yeah, just plumb mad.
I know it. So we got some big news breaking. Is it today about on recruiting?
Yeah. I had done a video a little bit earlier there on the Alabama Crimson Tide Football News and Rumors channel about Kool-Aid, Quincy McKinstry committed to Alabama, the number one defensive cornerback in the nation, according to 247 Sports. So he's a guy with some potential to come in and start right away. If we lose Surtain and Job, especially, he's talented enough to come in and start day one if he comes in and works at it.
Man, that is something else. Saban's just keeping on, eh?
Reeling them in. That's what he does.
I know it. Man, I know it. And Najee, Najee, was he mad? I got the impression he was either mad or either sad. I couldn't figure it out if he was mad because he didn't get the TD that I thought he should have got, or was he sad because of Waddle being injured? And
I think it was a little bit of both. I think he was visibly shaken by what happened to Jalen Waddle, but I do think that he showed us all a little glimpse of him getting aggravated about not scoring that touchdown.
I know, and I was down there, and when they were down there, I was like, give it to Najee, and let it. I know he's wanting to get it in there, and but Sark, he's doing a good job. But I don't know. It's just the old school of me. Sometimes I get aggravated. We get down there within 5 or 10 in the red zone there, and he gets pass happy. But Sark, he's doing a good job though this year, don't you think?
I think he's done a fine job. He's always got that little bit of West Coast in him.
Yeah, you can't get it out.
Gets a little cute sometimes, yeah. But all in all, I think he's done a fantastic job, and I think that that's one of the reasons I'm not just super panicked about not having Jalen Waddle is because of Sarkisian and his ability to draw up the offense and make it work with what he's got to work with.
And yeah. Well, let's see. We got Mississippi State Bulldogs coming up next.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's 6 o'clock ESPN already announced. And
Mike Leach.
That's up, man. Mike Leach and Lane Kiffin in the SEC. I tell you,
I'm loving it.
I know that it's not a dull moment, but what LSU they showed out a little bit this past weekend.
Yeah, they looked better. You don't lose what they lost and stay at the same level. I'm sorry, it's just hard to do. We know it. So I expected them to struggle a little bit this year, maybe even more so than some others did. But to see them kind of get it turned around, I think they'll be at least noticeably better the remainder of the season. They're just starting to get some things together, I think.
Yeah. What else you got on your mind tonight, Ricky?
Before I get out of here, I guess I'll let everybody know we got that new YouTube channel where I'm covering just kind of breaking news, Alabama football and recruiting stuff, trying to do a video every day. So everybody, if you get a minute, check that out. And we're proud of that.
Yeah, tell us where do you go and find your stuff again, Ricky? I've seen some of it, and you do a good job breaking everything down. You sure do. Tell us where we can find you at again.
Yeah, I do game recaps, game previews, recruiting news, all of that stuff on the Alabama Football News and Rumors channel on YouTube, and that's in partnership with Chat Sports, or you can just search Alabama football Chat Sports, and you'll see it there in the results.
There you go. Well, let me ask you this now. What was your opinion on the Auburn game?
Oh, you know my opinion on that. It's crap. It's crap. It's steaming hot crap, man.
Oh, that's
freaking Auburn voodoo.
Oh, goodness. 2 weeks in a row. I mean
I saw that ball touch that boy's pinky. I seen it. Everybody else did too.
When they slowed it down, I did. I seen it. I sure
His finger bent back. I was like, oh, well, that's easy. Nope.
They didn't even review it.
Good old SEC officiating. No, I don't think they did.
I think they were kicked back, drinking some Kool-Aid or something up there, but yeah.
There was something going on for sure. Auburn, though, if anybody's going to get the calls or the luck, it's Auburn. You can count on it.
Oh, man. It's something that, the refs.
And we've still got to deal with them this year.
Oh, so. Yeah. We got to deal with them, but let's see. We're at home, though, this year, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bryant Denny.
But we got to go down to Baton Rouge. And
I believe we'll handle business there. I don't think that Coach O's got the horses this year to beat Alabama. I'd hate to get caught overlooking them because they're a team, as we know, that can beat you. But I just think that I don't really think Alabama will be really challenged, honestly, until we either face Georgia again in Atlanta or even getting into the postseason.
Yeah. I'm Kirby though. He just like he had his tail tucked, man, and we took it to him. The top defense in the world over there in Georgia, and we just took it to them. Man, that was awesome.
It felt good. You know, I hate Georgia. I'm not shy about it. I let everybody know how I feel about Kirby Smart, and thinking on the old boys for at least that second half. We really looked like a dominating Nick Saban Alabama football team from that point on.
Yeah, we did. And, in the Tennessee game, there's just glimpses and there's plays that we look really good on defense. And then there you go, 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 11 and they get the first down. But I guess that's the world we're living in today. But
yeah, I guess so. You're funny you mentioned that, though, about 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Used to, that's where we would want our opponent to be as a defense. But it seems like, especially this year and last year, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9 is like the opposite of an advantage for our defense.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
I know it. I know it, man. I tell you. But I hate that Waller went down. Such a great player. God.
And a great kid, too, man.
I know it, and Ricky, man, I'm gonna move on and see if somebody else wants to call in and get on here.
Buddy.
The chat board is lighting up. Man, we appreciate your input. If you want to talk some X's and O's and get the ins and outs, you go to Ricky Green. That's right. He does a great job. And here, you just come here. We just come here to hang out and vent, and have a good time here. If we need to vent, we'll vent. But Ricky, thank you so much for tuning in tonight and helping us out.
Yes, sir. No problem. Now I'll hang around in the chat here for a little bit and talk to some folks too.
Yeah, please do. I'm sure they'll have some questions for you in there. But we appreciate it, Ricky, all the way from Cedar Bluff. Thank you, buddy. Tide. All right, roll tide, Ricky. Look at there. Ricky Green, all the way from Cedar Bluff, Alabama, and sometimes over in Georgia, Alabama. Looks like we got the chat room going pretty good there. Let me look over here and see what we got. We got Rich from the ATL. We got Alabama Crimson Tide football news and rumors. Hey, there you are. We got Nick Saban Jr. We got Darlene over in North Carolina. We got Brian See-Through and Mao over in Hawaii. Let's see, we got another caller here. Hello, who we got?
Johnny in the house again. How you doing, Daddy?
We doing good.
That feller there, he knows some football. He might be taking on some co-hosting duties if you play your cards right.
I know it. He knows his stuff. He does. He spends a lot of time. I spend too much time working on my house. I don't have time to do all the research he does. But what'd you think about the Tennessee game?
Well, it played out about like I thought it would, but let's have a moment of silence for Mr. Jalen Waddle.
Oh man, amen, brother.
I tell you what, I hope that feller makes it back. But listen, I got to go eat some supper, so I just wanted to say one Johnny-ism before I go.
All right.
If you go to Waffle House and order scrambled eggs, make sure they take some out of the shell first.
Woo!
And I'm out of here. Roll Tide.
All right. Thank you. There goes fake Johnny from Coleman calling in. He does a pretty good job. I hadn't figured that out yet, who that is yet. But so we got Mal in there from Hawaii. Got Jason Hood. Bama Bros is kicking in there now, and Brian from See Through It podcast. Rich Johnson. Let's see. But anyway, yeah, that was a huge game. Alabama, Nick Saban has continued to take down. He's taken down his assistant coaches. Let's see. Well, I got a line open now. If anybody wants to call in, you know, Alabama put up a ton of yards against Tennessee. Mac Jones continues to do well. I mean, he could have hit 400 again easily if we'd left him in. And I wish old Bryce Young would have took a little bit off that pass, and wish he'd have took a little bit off that pass. We got another TD. I might have got a little bit closer to my score prediction on Ryan Fowler's show. Let's see what's going on over here. Well, y'all need to help me in the chat room there. I'll send a message to you. Help me on the chat room. We need to come up with some kind of. I need a name for this get together. I can't chew gum and chat at the same time and type. Anyway, yeah, we need to come up with a name for the show. Let's see, where am I at here? I typed in what's a good name for this podcast show. It's just a place to get together with some Bama fans and hang out and talk some football. Rich wants to call it the Dan Cave. Live from the Dan Cave. What about them War Eagles? Goodness gracious. They continue to get help from the refs. Another blown call gives Auburn another victory. And I know the president of the Auburn Hate Club has probably got comments from that. And but anyway, yeah, it's amazing. That's 2 games this year. Waddle goes down. Waddle goes down. Oh my goodness. First play of the game. But that was I don't know if y'all have seen it, but they showed some pictures on Twitter about the boys, a bunch of players, looks like in the back of the ambulance with him lighting up a cigar. I thought that was awesome. All of them getting together with him. But I hope his surgery goes well and he gets a quick recovery for sure. And LSU, they put it on South Carolina, the 52-24. Isn't that something? You know, we got them down the road here a little bit. Are they getting cranked up? Do we need to be worried? Do we need to be concerned about them Tigers and Bengal Tigers? Down, somebody put on there, call the show Down and Dirty D Show. The Gardendale Lounge. Hey, I like that too. What? Miles sending in some Hawaiian words over here. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let me try. Kana Kapelia in Hawaiian means hang out. Thank you, Mal, for chiming in on that. I like the Gardendale Lounge. I like that. I have my own drinks. Cheers. My own waiters. All right. Well, I got a line open, and I need somebody to call in and let me know what you think about. Let me know what you think about the Alabama-Tennessee game, and we got Mississippi State coming up. Let me know what you feel about that. Let's see. We got somebody calling in here. Hello, welcome to the the Gardendale Lounge Club. Who we got online?
Hey, this is Stu Baby from Lake Park, Georgia.
Hey, Stu Baby. Hi.
Hey, boy, I feel honored to call the Gardendale massage parlor and titty bar. You know what I mean?
Block that out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've got some good ones coming there. They said the Gardendale Lounge, Down and Dirty Club or something there, and Mal from Hawaii. You know, we got a girl that chimes in here from Hawaii.
Is that right?
Yeah, Mal from Hawaii.
Well,
and she's in here, and she put out a. I'm reading it. I'm sorry, I'm getting cracked up. She put out a big Hawaiian word for hangout.
I saw that.
Did you? Okay.
That. I've never heard of that before. You know, we don't talk like that in Alabama. You know?
Stu Baby from Lake Park, Georgia. Man, what do you think about the Tennessee game, buddy?
Well, it was just another one of them, you know, thumpings like we normally give them every year. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I was pleased with it. I was pleased with the output, and you know, and the defense tightened up a little bit, and you know, it was pretty much a normal thrashing of their butt.
Normal
like
thrashing.
do every year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's recap. Let's don't let them dogs off so easy now.
Well, you know, it's hard. I've not been able to find none, Dan. I can't get them to come out of the house.
Who
You
let
don't
the
see them on the
dogs out?
road. You don't even see them in the grocery store. Hell, I think they're fixing to close Winn-Dixie down here. You know, I mean, oh,
Man.
it's hurting them. It's hurting them so bad.
I know we put a thumping on them.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. You know, and our Mr. Excitement, didn't know Waddle remind you a little bit of David Farmer?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, he did, but I think Waddle had a little, Waddle had a little more height than David did, but yeah, he the way he run and the demeanor and such as that, he reminded me a lot of David. Sure did.
Yeah.
And the kid, he seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders, and I believe he'll come through this just fine as far as mentally. It's not just the physical part of the injury like this. You're gonna have to be mentally prepared to come through it.
I know.
And I believe he will. Hey, he's just a junior now. And if he don't come back and get healed up and get ready for combine or something like that, crap, he'd come back, play one more year with us.
Hey, I hope he does. I hope he can. I hope he will. I do.
Yeah. I personally, that's what I want, but we're all, Alabama fans. We're a little bit, we a little bit want what we want, And,
yeah.
It was a bad injury, and I hated it for the kid. But anything can happen at any time, and we all know that. And,
I know it. It was
it's
first
football,
play, and like
contact sport,
And something like Mal from Hawaii chimed in on the chat board. She says, "Why is there always a major injury when we play Tennessee?"
Yeah, it seems like it.
Good grief! But I don't. Saban, he continues to trump all these assistants. He continues to put a thumping on them, and I don't see it slacking up anytime soon.
No, I don't either.
But I think looks like we're probably going to meet up with Georgia again, don't you think?
Yeah, it's looking that way. It's really looking that way, and I truly believe we'll have their number again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we're probably. I don't know if we can hang with Clemson right now. Do you?
Well, no, I really don't. I really don't think we can right now.
I mean, Clemson. I think offensively we can, but they probably got a little bit, better defense.
I don't want two teams to score a total of 150 points in a ball game.
It's the new age we're in, Mike.
It is, but you can still play defense. If you're not going to play any defense, don't even put them out there and see if the offense can run down through there without tripping over a blade of grass. Shoot. Somebody's going to figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
And, to slow it down anyway.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's new age. And it's fast paced, and you're not going to completely shut it down or slow it down, but you can work on it a little bit.
Good grief! I know. We put a thumping on Georgia with that great defense, and I don't see anybody with that good a defense the rest of the year, other than getting back, in the SEC championship game, possibly against Georgia again, but. And then get in the playoffs. Hopefully we'll make it through there, and COVID didn't shut everything down. It's starting to raise its ugly head again.
Right.
But we had some players come in, step up, and play a pretty good game today. Just the other day, and Bolden come in, done a pretty good job. And
yeah, and you know who he reminds me of?
Who is that?
you may not want to hear this, but he reminds me of Hunter Renfro.
Who?
Hunter Renfro.
Oh, goodness.
The kid that played 15 years.
Oh, God, Clemson.
You know, it was every year you turned around, there was Hunter Renfro catching a daggone pass or doing a pick play.
Yeah.
And costing us a national championship.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe Slade can play at least 10 years, you know. I mean,
yeah.
Hunter played 15.
Yeah.
I mean, Slade could just play 10. That would be good.
I know it, man. I tell you.
But yeah, no, the kid coming there and done a good job. I think he done a real good job. Then we got those other two guys, and I was looking, Danny. We got 6 or 8 true freshman wide receivers on the bench. You know, just waiting to get to where they're prepared to play in a game. But yeah, we've got them. We've got them. We're loaded up with them.
Loaded up with them, and Ricky Green and you sent me a text earlier about that number one. Was it defensive back? We're talking about
cornerback. Yeah,
cool. That's awesome.
Pinson Valley High School.
That's right down the road. Sure is.
Number one cornerback in the nation. He signed or put the Alabama hat on. He said, y'all didn't have to worry anyway. I've been an Alabama fan all my life.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we got Mississippi State coming up next. You're not worried about them, are you?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm really not.
Nah.
I mean, we're going to be back Tuscaloosa. That's going to be 6 points right there. You know, home field advantage. And, you know, that one great, fantastic game that Leach had against LSU.
Yeah.
You know,
he's sort of like Lane Kiffin, that one great game against Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. So I really don't see that happening either. But, you know, I'm looking for at least 20, 21 point game, you know.
Yeah, at least. Heck yeah. Yeah, I predicted 56-29, and if we just scored that last touchdown, that'd have got us in the 50 range, you know. But yeah, it was a good game, great win. It's always great to beat old Rocky Top, you know. And
and let me ask you this, Danny.
all right.
And it may have just been a clip that they were showing on TV from another game or whatever, another year. But I thought we were not going to have any live animals at any of the games anymore this year.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Well, I think Smokey was there. I mean, he's about half dead anyway, so it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But I think he was there. I really do.
I didn't even pay attention to that. So they're breaking the rules. And Pruitt,
I don't know
didn't.
why he break that rule.
He don't know how to wear a mask. He wears it like a scarf, like a granny scarf.
Right. Well, he ain't nothing but an overpaid high school coach.
Well, I believe Alabama would take him back though if he don't you think?
Over Golden?
Yeah. Oh, the Golden Child.
And I would pay him what he's making right now and take him back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, man, I tell you, see if you can find in them Georgia fans, tell them Roll Tide for us.
Well, I'm gonna look for them, and I may have to knock on doors. I don't know.
All right, but tell Kathy said hello and Roll Tide.
I will, and she wanted me to let you know that she played every single down.
I hear you, man.
Wore out.
Oh, good.
By the way, did I ever tell you I hate Auburn?
Yeah, you're the vice president of the Auburn Hate Club. Maybe the president will call in here in a little bit.
I really don't understand why they worried about Malzahn's buyout.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Jimmy Raines got more money than China's got rice. Crap. You know, he can write a little old check out of his
little check. Yeah.
You know.
Well,
I mean, I don't know what they worry about there.
These refs are helping Auburn out. They gonna keep Gus another year.
You think so?
Yeah. Let's keep him down there for a little while. because they look like they're just some backyard scrambling around type football. But, well, man, we appreciate it, buddy. I got another call here.
All right.
Thank you for calling, buddy. Roll Tide.
Yeah, roll tide.
We'll
maybe
see.
Maybe you get some good callers in there.
You're
Got
good,
more
man.
sense than I do.
All right. Thank you, man. Hello. Who we got on the line? Oh, lost him. Hang on with us, folks.
Hey, man.
Hey, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Is
I
this
can't see you live for some reason, but you got me calling in.
is this the president of the Auburn Hate Club?
The AUA, yeah.
AUA. We got Tank from Cordova, Alabama on the line with us tonight. He's gonna bring it. What you think about that Auburn play, man? They getting that call again.
Well, you know what? I talked to our buddy at work today, and he's mad about it. And I ain't that mad about it. Man, you can't get that mad about stuff no more. Because if you do, you just get your blood pressure up. So, they got somebody somewhere in the top office somewhere that's helping them out on calls.
They must be on payroll or something.
We don't know that. You can't see it for true. It might be happening. You never know. But, I just saying, they won. They squeaked by again.
Again.
Like they always do. They squeaked by again with a few calls their way. And hell, it don't matter because we get our best shot from everybody. Hell, they're trying to beat us up yesterday with Tennessee game. You know, they was out for blood and they trying to hurt people. And we're just trying to play a football game. You know,
I thought Georgia played dirty too.
You know, Alabama's circled on everybody's calendar.
Yeah.
If everybody had a right to go in everybody's locker room, they got Alabama circled on every game. Circled on every game. You never see Auburn circled on nobody's thing. You don't see it. But I mean, they love this. Just like we have to take everybody's best shot, and we come out on the end. You know, in the end, we come out ahead. I mean,
yeah.
You know, and it's crooked football. So you know that.
It's what?
It's crooked football. They let them do stuff, and they you know, if you can see a replay and everybody does, and Garrett Anderson says, "Hey, this going in their favor," and they come back and say, "Well, no, it ain't in their favor," you know. And hell, if Gary Danielson even says it's bad, that's pretty bad, ain't it?
Did he? He said it was bad.
Mm-hmm. No, but he does a lot of time because we just we ain't got a chance, man. We might as well just quit playing football because we have no chance.
But I thought Alabama did good, and Max, he's continuing to play well, man.
Well, he was what 13 yards away from another 400-yard game.
Yeah, why couldn't we leave him in there for another one pass? Come on, man.
He was 13 yards away from another 400-yard game, and that I don't know.
Yeah, we could have had it easy. Yeah, he could have had that.
I still hate that. I hate that with Jalen Waddle so bad. You know, and afterthoughts. You know, what they should have had back there was Trey Sanders, and let him with all his 5-star explosiveness. He should have been the one catching the ball, running. Because let him in open field, and he'll show you what he can do. He's pretty close to Jalen Waddle. I mean,
who was that? Who did you say? Who'd you say?
Trey Sanders.
Oh yeah.
Why ain't he catching punts and stuff? Give him some open field because anytime he gets in there right now, he is getting beat down by the defense. They know they're gonna hand it to him, and they just freaking bull rush him and get him. He ain't had a chance to explode yet, like he's going to.
Yeah, he's pretty tough, man.
I know, but why don't they let him get open field? But anyway, ain't no big deal on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we lost the All-American and probably the best, most exciting player in college football.
I know it.
But it's all right. We lost one before, when what's his name? Ankle was twisted all the way back. And he's got a good pro career going on now. But
Yeah.
why in the hell does this happen to us? When that happened, Danny, I was watching that game, and right at the beginning of the game, pro throw popped in my mind. And I went, oh, God, another ankle injury from a great player. Why the hell don't nobody else players get that done to them?
Man.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know
we got some jinx or something about us on that. Yeah.
We've been doing good up to this point. We've had a few nicks and dings, but up until this first time, we had a serious injury. We got a few players went out, come back in, Forstall, and he got banged up, come back in. Got a lineman, was hurt a little bit, but it's been worse, and we just thoughts and prayers goes out to Waddle and hope he does better. And we just,
well, I know.
That
was our man. That was our man. He was like our team. He's the heart and soul of the team.
Yeah, I mean, if we'd had another minute or 2 minutes in the Auburn game last year, he was single-handedly whooping Auburn last year.
He was. That's why I hate that for him. I mean,
golly,
he's too special of an athlete to have this happen to him. He was like, I don't know. Words can't explain it, man. It just like we got that jinx, man, and nobody else does.
Well, we're gonna have to get off of that jinx.
Like AUA, they got that Smoke Monday. All I hear is Smoke Monday.
Smoke Monday.
And then Tank, whatever his name is, Tank, whatever. No. And then I listen to Auburn game yesterday because I ain't got ESPN or SEC network here, and I listen to Stan Crybaby White for a little bit. And man, if I can hear go NASCAR one more time,
go NASCAR.
It would be more than I could ever hear it again.
Yeah, we're fixing.
All he says during the whole commentating thing is, "They going NASCAR. They're going NASCAR. Going NASCAR. Going NASCAR." And I'm like,
give it to gas. Give it to gas. Give it to gas.
That's funny, but I mean that's all you hear, and it just I'm like, in every play when I listen on the radio. Because the only reason I listen to that is to hope they get beat.
Oh, yeah.
I listen to him, and he starts talking. Oh, no. Now. That ball didn't do that. No, they can't get it. He starts making excuses from the time the play happens.
Look, they don't even need any officials on the field with Stan White in the booth and Rod. I'm not Rod. What's the new guy? I forgot his name.
The new guy. I don't even know.
I forgot his name. My bad.
He's trying to get that touchdown offer, and he's trying to do that shit now. Like he wants to be the special one for years with all of them.
But they officiate so much from the booth that they don't even need any officials on the field.
No, they don't, because they're very biased. And but Eli, you done told me, anyway, don't matter. But he don't do like Stan White and them do. I mean, the whole game, if you listen on the radio, I got out twice and made myself puke. Stuck my finger down my throat.
Well, that's some more things that we need to get straightened out on the offense, or offense and defense. It's the false starts on offense. I just don't get it.
It's hitting us again.
I don't get it. There's not anybody in the stands. It's not the crowd noise. You can't blame it on that. And we continue to have the false starts. That needs to be corrected, man. Come on, man. but
I think we got a good defensive line, and that DJ Dale big 94, whatever his number is, that's got the blonde hair. He's the middleman. I think he takes up a lot of blockers, and we can't hold nothing against him because he gets beat up every game. And I think he's just ready to get a center guard. He's just trying to hold his ground in the middle. But everybody else needs to come around and do what they're supposed to do because he's holding his ground. Hell, he's 350 pounds.
Yeah, he's up there playing volleyball, batting them down, man.
He's doing good.
Yeah,
we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll get this. We'll get this 17.
Yeah,
and,
but
I know them AUA people don't like it, but
no.
If I catch Mackins right now, he probably laughing about it. He probably have a green top right now with a Hedricks over there.
Yeah,
laughing.
They getting up a collection for the next game to send to the rest. But hey, Tank, man, look, I appreciate you calling in. We're gonna see if somebody else wants the opportunity to chime in. All right, buddy. All right, we're road time. All right, buddy.
You be good, man. Road time.
All right, thank you for calling.
We're gonna get them though.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man.
All
right, we'll see. All the way from Cordova, Alabama, the president of the Auburn Hate Club, Tank, bringing it. He's a good one. All right. I seen in the chat room about all these negative, bad feelings. Good grief. Y'all got to quit that. Y'all got to quit all that. You just got to, you're going to have to change your vibes or something. You're thinking that somebody's going to get hurt before the game. We got to change all that. But yeah, we're having some fun tonight. We got Fake Johnny called in. We got Stu Baby. We got Ricky Green calling in, give us some X and O's. We got Tank, president of the Hate Club, calling in. What else? Who else is out there want to call in tonight? Chime in. I see. We got Miles still in Hawaii. We got a new one in there now. Seed A34. Let's see who we got here. Hello, who we have on the line?
Oh, God, Danny.
Richie Rich from the ATL. Man, what's going on, buddy?
Why can't the fake news media be like?
Why can't we be friends?
The fake news media needs to be like you and own up to all these. You hate Sark. How's that working out? You hate Mac Jones. How's that working out? Everybody needs to get with me and get off Pete Golding, please. They're playing very well. And here's the other thing people don't understand, Danny. It drives me insane. It's like, oh, yeah, Muschamp's getting fired. Yeah, we'll just hire him. And, hey, yeah, Jeremy. Yeah, we'll take Jeremy back. Yeah, right. Look, man, you got to understand that these guys got buyouts, okay? They got agents, all right? So South Carolina is going to owe Muschamp about $20 million, and who knows how much Tennessee's going to own Jeremy. Now, if you're their agent, what are you telling them what to do? I mean, come on, man.
Come on,
people need to think through. People need to stop with the emotion and think through it and understand it's a business. This is a business.
We're
These
fans,
guys
man. We're
right.
Fans.
It's short for fanatic. Right.
We just think about W's. Come on.
Yeah, short for fanatic. Right. I can tell you what else the fans need to stop is that don't worry about LSU. Last year drove me crazy. I ain't worried about LSU. I ain't worried about LSU. How'd that work out? I'm telling you, Nick worries about LSU. Nick worries about Auburn. Nick's going to worry about Mississippi State. Nick's going to worry about all of them, as should we. That's all I'm saying. And who we should worry about, I mentioned this to Ricky in the chat room, and I mentioned this to Ryan a few weeks ago, is Carl Scott, the defensive back, is killing it. He is absolutely freaking killing it. And he got the kid today. We got the #1 cornerback in the country today, and Carl Scott was his recruiter. Now, again, I mean, these other schools, they all know. This is this very small industry. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody knows who Carl Scott is. What I'm afraid of is that somebody's going to go after him and offer him defensive coordinator. I mean, he's that good.
Yeah. Well,
so that's what we should worry about,
so you're like you're like an elephant, Rich. You don't forget my comments on something.
Hell no, I don't forget anybody's. It drives me insane because they're fans, they're fanatics, and I am as well.
Yeah,
I am as well. But I try to remember, I just think like Nick thinks. Because I promise he thinks like none of us. I promise you, he thinks like that. That's why he goes nuts on the media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they ask these kind of questions too, and it just drives them insane. So it's just one game at a time, and the defense is really rounding in the shape. They're
getting better. I thought they were 300 yards against Tennessee. Right. 302.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I ain't here to get into it's his defense and not Pete's. I ain't into all that. I'm not getting into all that. No. I don't want to get into all that. I just think that we don't need to be thinking about firing Golding and hiring Muschamp. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's like
or Jeremy for that matter.
Well, it's like Ricky Green. First of the show he called in and was talking. And I appreciate him calling in. He was talking about. Is this the age we're in now? We're going to give up some plays, and
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And the other thing that we need to think about too is if you remember the last Clemson loss, everybody was so upset about the mass exodus of all the coaches, and you're looking at Clemson staff saying, "Man, why can't because." Dabo's had the same guys for, however many years he's been there. Why can't we keep that consistency and continuity? Well, Coach Saban wants that as well.
Yeah. He's so that I know he's wanting to groom a young coach. And he's felt the wrath of that, what Coach O's feeling down there at LSU. We've been through it. We know we've been through that. Yeah.
Well, and again, just because, you don't think much of Sarkisian, that doesn't mean, like Colorado offered him the job this offseason. There's been a lot, and he's going to get a lot of offers again.
I'm warming up, Rich. It's like I'm warming up to Mac. I'm warming up. But you get down in that red zone, man.
What are they 6-0 already? You're warming up. When you going to when you going to heat up?
Dang, get down that red zone. It's like, feed the beast, man. Feed the beast, and
just a quick question: do you think the defense may be thinking that too? I'm just asking. Just wondering, because they just spend all day and night, 24 hours a day watching film.
Chest and checkers down there, it.
Yeah, just wondering.
But I hate it about Waddle, dude. I know everybody's hating that.
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
Well, and here's a philosophical question. This isn't an original thought, but what's original? And I asked Kyle Henderson this in the off season because of the COVID stuff and all. I said to him, do you think Jalen's going to run back kicks? And I was asking it from the angle of his parents, not from the team, because obviously Coach Saban has always played. I mean, Julio Jones covered punts. I mean, come on, we know that all Derrick Henry played special teams. We understand all that. I was just wondering if it was ever going to evolve to a point where the parents would step in and say, "Hey, Coach, you mind? His future really is a wide receiver, and the injury percentages are really higher as a punt returner and a kick returner. Do you mind?" And he told me no, that the parents wouldn't, but that's the angle I approached that from.
I know.
I think eventually that's going to happen. I think and it may happen, and we don't know about it.
Yeah. Well,
because that's going to be the question to Waddle. And God forbid if somebody asks him tomorrow in the press conference, because he will go ballistic like he does. But it's a fair question.
Yeah. You talk to the coach.
Because you got all these 5-stars. You saw the play that Drew Sanders made on special teams, the freshman, number 20. You saw the play he made yesterday.
Oh yeah.
They got a lot of athletes that can play special teams.
Oh man, yeah.
It's a fair question, but he can't stand when anybody asks him anything. I mean, you don't think it's fair?
Well,
again, forget my angle from the parents. Forget my angle. I mean, from the roster standpoint. I mean, you think it's fair to ask the question? Why,
But they've had some stars out there on special teams.
Always.
Yeah.
And that's his answer from day one, and they know it, and they don't mind, and they don't complain about it. But is it time for him to rethink that?
It scares me, Rich. It scares me, buddy.
It's a fair question, Danny. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. It's a fair question.
Yeah.
And again, what's he the? I mean, he's the head football coach. He's not. I mean, it should be fair to be able to ask him a question.
Let me ask you this, moving away from that. This Tennessee rivalry, do you think it's losing some steam?
Yep.
Is it because we're
not amongst us because we're older, because especially, and I would say not older, like going back to like even Nealand and that, not that. Because that generation has faded, I think. Even Coach Bryant's generation is almost faded. The generation that hasn't faded, that it still means something to, is the Fulmer confidential informer.
It's the Ryan Fowler
what makes
age.
People, right? Confident. I mean, a rat.
Yeah.
That's where there's a lot of anger.
But you're right. When Bear was there, Bear, he had something for Tennessee. He did, and Auburn, but he had a special something for Tennessee, and I think it shifted. But since Saban's got there, it's shifted more toward that other rivalry is LSU now. It's becoming bigger.
Well, they got better players and it's better games.
There you go. So.
And the fact that he was there, and the fact that their emotion towards Alabama. Yeah. See, I think Tennessee, they just hate it, but they've just given up. They just,
Yeah. So.
But the LSU fans, they don't. They're still willing to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You've been there. Yeah. You know what it's like. There. When they come here. Yeah, they're insane. They're like Saints fans.
Man, I know it.
They're the same.
I can remember the games that we lost either in Birmingham or Bryant-Denny, walking out of that stadium, and they just seem like they're in there another quarter cheering and partying and just raising all kind of cane in there.
Yeah, 9-6. I saw fights on the quad at 9-6, the 9-6 game.
I was on the quad that night.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I had the corner right across from the statues, right across the Walk of Champions. I had the corner over there tailgating, and man, we had it rocking. Had it rocking.
We were right in front of the Bruno Library, if you're like kind of facing the president's mansion. But anyway, I think the LSU rivalry has definitely surpassed it. The Auburn rivalry will never go away. And Tennessee, the thing that's surprising about Tennessee is everybody knows the recruiting footprint is not good. They get nothing out of West Tennessee, which is Memphis. Those kids have a tendency to go Arkansas, Ole Miss, even Alabama. It's pretty far away, but they used to come here and rake a ton of players from here. Atlanta, Cozy Coleman, Jamal Lewis, the other running back from Tucker. But they used to get a ton of kids out of Atlanta, but they don't even seem to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So that's really, it's the recruiting. It's the players.
Let me.
The Tennessee Blake Jeremy says the gap is closing, and he was talking about the rosters, and I was kind of scratching my head saying, where? I didn't see it.
Excuse me. Where's?
Did you?
I'm coughing.
I think he's just saying that.
Excuse me. I'm calling.
He's
It got me
getting
thinking
kinda
about old Joe from Red Bay. He needs to call in
He's
too.
the greatest.
He's a good one, I tell you. But hey, what else you got on your mind tonight, Richie Rich from the ATL?
I want to go finish the pizza. I didn't.
All right, sounds good.
No, man, no, it's great.
Hey, let me ask you
great.
this.
I love it. I just want to know about, is PP on my wee taken? Can we call the show that?
No, I think that's already taken on another show.
How about the game with Danny?
I like that. You said, what'd you say about the lounge? Gardendale Lounge?
Yeah, the Gardendale Lounge. Yeah, live from the Dan Cave.
Dan Cave. I need to get me a neon light behind me, the Dan Cave. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. I think we could do a GoFundMe for you.
Yeah,
you know?
heck yeah.
I think Johnny will pinch in. Johnny will be the first one to pitch in.
Let me ask you this. Speaking of Johnny, who do you think the fake Johnny is?
I don't know. Maybe Stu, baby. I don't know. That's a hard one. I think Brian see through it's a possibility. Jason, LSU Jason. I think it could be him.
Darlene.
And then it could be Mal. You know, we've never really heard Mallory. I think it could be her too.
Yeah,
she could be giving it to her husband or her boyfriend.
Yeah, you're right. It could
her
be
significant other. I think it could be. You know, I think it's one of Mallory's.
Well, Darlene chimed in. She said she liked the Gardendale Lounge.
I like the Gardendale Lounge too.
I might need to get me a lounge chair back here, just kick back, you know, and have me a martini.
That'd be cool.
Have me a martini, you know.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Why don't you have Ricky take calls, man? He's a smart guy.
Yeah, we need to get him.
He
on
really
board.
is. He really is. And Limberton, you know, you can't let guys like me just talk forever and ever. You know, just cut me off.
I appreciate everybody calling and chiming. It's just for y'all. It's just to get together for y'all, you know, with friends. And but I've only got one line going right now, so
yeah. I wanted him to talk a little bit real quick, just so anybody know for whatever it's worth. Miller Forrestal is really good friends with Trevor Lawrence. They grew up together here in Danny's town. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah.
That.
So actually, Forrestal, the tight end in Alabama, he actually was a quarterback, and Lawrence beat him out, and that's how he switched to tight end. And I wanted Danny to tell that story. I mean, Ricky to tell that story.
Okay. Well,
because I don't know if I got it right or not. That's the real reason, but I know they grew up together.
Okay.
He's a great player, Forrestal. He's a great tight end, man.
I'm laughing at looking at some of these chats over here that's going on.
What are they saying? Tell me to hang up.
Darlene, and Brian is in here, and Mal's in here, and Mal said it's really me. I'm a dude. named Malcolm. And,
oh God! So in other words, she's got a pole, not a hole, huh? Whoa! Hey, you got a little delay button.
Well, I was trying to hit it.
You got a delay button. There you go. Mallory's the greatest. I wish she would call.
Yeah, we need to get her hooked up. I don't know if she got long distance from Hawaii. I don't know if she can dial without costing her a bunch of money or something. You know, I don't know.
Well, tell her to call collect.
Call collect. Send it. Charge it to Rich from ATL. Richie Rich.
Can you still call collect?
I don't know.
I don't know that. I wonder if you can.
I've got my phone line disconnected at my house, so it's strictly.
It's not bundled with your cable.
No, it's physically cut. Yeah. So. Anyway.
So right quick, Danny, real quick, does someone ask Saban that question tomorrow about Waddle? Honestly.
Possibly. He's liable to come unglued.
Oh, he will. There's no question he erupts. I'm just wondering. I just think that they're all so used to him, and they all know that's a landmine. And I don't think anybody wants to. You know, they probably draw straws to say, okay, well, who's going to answer?
I know. It scares me. It has. You know, we've had some big names out there on kickoffs, you know, and
Always though, it's always been.
yeah.
And that's really, that would be the question to summarize my call. And I really, really believe that we really need to leave Pete alone. I really think we need to focus on the teams in front of us, LSU, Auburn, before even thinking about Clemson. I really do, because that's a mistake we made last year. It was a terrible mistake that we made last year.
You say
and then we lost those games, and everybody was like, "Oh, they couldn't believe it." And I was like,
"You say that about we need to leave Pete alone," but Saban was chewing on that rear end. Looked like the other day.
That's fine. No, that's fine. But that's between them. And guess what? He was firing back at him. You heard Ryan when he had the sideline pass for the which game was it? He saw Goldie hollering back at him. So we don't know that dynamic. You know,
he went to the Georgia game as a fan, I think.
That was it. He had the UGA game. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, he said it on air. He saw Pete firing back at him. You know. And here's another thing that drives me crazy. Real quick, right? The last one. People say, "Oh, what did we do at halftime?" I gotta believe that Saban took over the play calling, and I like face palmed my hand when I read that shit. I'm like, how fucking stupid can you be? This guy's got a camera on him. He's got a camera on him the entire game. If he was calling the defensive signals, you would be seeing him increase chatter into the headset. You know what I mean? Anytime they show him, he's just got his arms folded, you know, staring at somebody. So if he was calling the defensive plays, you would literally see his mouth moving. So that's another thing that just drives me crazy. I mean, how stupid can you be? You know, did he help with the halftime adjustments? Oh, absolutely. There's no question.
Yeah.
There's no question. But did he call the defensive plays? Absolutely not. Laughable. Ridiculous. Insane. It's insane. Absolutely insane. All right, Danny, I love you, man.
Man, I appreciate it, Rich. Yeah, thank you.
See you, brother.
All right, thank you, buddy. All the way from the ATL, Rich calling in, bringing the heat, getting worked up, getting fired up. He don't like anybody talking about his coaches. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. He's a good one. I appreciate him calling in. Having a good time tonight, and I appreciate everybody tuning in here on the chat board. We do have a phone line open now. Won't be on too much longer tonight. Just getting together with some of the Bama fans, you know, and see how things are going, how they're feeling after the beat down of the Tennessee Vols. Did everybody get their cigar out? Yeah, get the cigars out in Danny's Lounge. No, Gardendale Lounge. Let me look. I'm gonna check out some of this verbiage over here in the chat board while we're waiting on Darlene to call in. Woo! Right on time. How about that? What's up, young lady?
I'm just hanging out listening to you, dude.
Hey, I thank you for calling, Darlene, all the way from North Carolina.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed the Tennessee beatdown.
Oh, yes. Did you smoke a cigar?
No. Well, I have smoked one before, but I wasn't going to go out. I mean, that was a long time ago, and I was like at a big dinner with a group, and some dude handed me this really expensive thing, and I thought, why not? You know, it's not like I did anything except play with it. You know, they help you light it, and then you just kind of hold it in your hand. And
so he kind of forced it in your mouth and fired it up, huh?
Yeah. But I mean, you know, and then they all kept saying, "Don't inhale."
Like Bill Clinton.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
I did not inhale. You can't blame me.
No, I just thought we did good. I thought it was a great day. except for, we know,
Oh yeah.
the big bad thing.
Yeah.
But, as we've said before, not trying to sugarcoat it, injuries are a part of football. And it doesn't matter who on the team it is, we just get sick when they get hurt.
I know it. Yeah, I know.
And
it.
everybody's praying for him and pulling for him, and he will come back to football. Maybe in the NFL, maybe not with us, but it sounds like a manageable injury with the proper surgery and rehab.
Yeah, I know it. I hate it. Do you remember David Palmer?
It was just so much fun. Anytime that ball got in his hands, you were just spellbound.
Yeah.
What's he going to do now?
Yeah. It's 6 points every time possible. 6 points for sure every time. That reminds me of David Palmer. I mean, they kick off to him or punt to him. There would be 4 or 5 guys surrounding him, and he would get through that. He would juke his way through that. David Palmer was one of the most exciting players I've ever seen, and Waddle was really close to him. And
well, one thing that nobody's talked about tonight was the fact that our punting game this week was much better. He put that new guy in to punt.
And we're kicking field goals, Darlene.
Well, let's not talk about that too much. We don't want to jinx our goal. No, but he has been fantastic. But no, I think when you get right down to it, are we perfect? No. Is a team ever perfect? No. It's every year we're going to complain and scream and yell. We still have not lost a game. I know it's early through our very, very shortened season, but think positive thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm with Rich. Everybody, if you don't like a play, just say, I don't really agree with the play. And when you show me the credentials you have to be a coach, I'll say, well, maybe. And I also agree. Get off Golding's ass. Do you not think that Saban takes care of it?
He looked like he had a little bit of ass chewing. He was missing a little bit for sure on his ass there. Oh, good.
Well, I'm sure, because, it happens. And I'll be the first one. I have told y'all time and time again, a mad Saban is a good Saban.
That's a good saying.
We play better. The more headsets he ruins, the better we play.
Yeah, I know it. When he gets complacent or seems relaxed, I'm thinking, I'm kind of worried about this.
Funny look.
Yeah.
Remember the last Clemson game when he just looked like he was really, truly just observing and was like, this isn't going to turn out well. And it didn't.
Good gracious. I know it. I was at the last Clemson game, flew all the way out there.
And that's a miserable flight.
Yeah. The game was a lot more miserable.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was terrible, but yeah, I'm proud of the guys. It seemed like the defense is playing a little bit better, and our offense, Mac Jones, continues to play well. I mean, goodness gracious. What do you think? What do you think about the next game? You're not worried about Mississippi State, are you? In the Pirate Mike Leach?
I am.
What?
Simple reason that it's Mike Leach. You never know what crazy crap he's going to pull. And, you remember a year when they haven't played dirty? I mean, come on. I mean, y'all can correct me if you want to.
I don't know a whole lot. But you talking about Mike Leach or Mississippi State?
No, I'm talking about Mississippi State playing dirty. I'm talking about Mike Leach being funny.
Well, to me, I don't remember the dirtiness of Mississippi State. I remember the blankety blank loud cowbells.
Those are horrid.
It ought to be against.
Yeah.
It ought to be against the law. I mean, really, come on. Have you ever been to?
No, I've never been to one of their games, but just the overload on TV is horrible. And there's another thing that should be outlawed, and this is, everybody's going to think I'm crazy on this. During South Carolina games, they do that rooster thing over the PA system all the time, or the game clock.
Oh, my goodness.
That's irritating as crap.
It is very irritating. Very.
And they just don't do it after a first down or a third down. They do it constantly. And I guess everybody's got something they do. And like Ryan Fowler was talking about, every time Ole Miss does something, they says, "Ole Miss," and well, after we get a first down, everybody yells "Roll Tide." There's nothing wrong with that,
Yeah, that rooster crow is it's annoying on TV, just listening through TV. And I really? Probably won't never go to a game. If I do, I'm gonna probably have headphones on or earplugs. Yeah, you're right. But I'm telling you, I went to a Mississippi State game when Jay Barker was a quarterback, and let me tell you, it is miserable. It's unbelievable. When you got that many cowbells and you got one in the back of your head, bang, lang, 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 it's terrible. Sure is. Darlene, what else?
I'm going to let you go.
Now, what else you don't have to go. What else you got on your mind tonight, young lady?
Oh, no, that's really it. I just called in and I wanted to urge people to be positive. You know.
Yeah, I say that in the chat room there.
Always helps.
What's that in the chat room about everybody having bad vibes and seeing people getting hurt before the games?
Mallory said that she had a mental thought about Waddle getting hurt or someone getting hurt, and she said she had the same feeling years ago when Eddie Lacy got hurt. And I told her to quit thinking that crap. To block her mind.
I know. She needs to make up some of these, several of these Hawaiian fruity drinks over there and get her mind off of that.
Yeah, or get some beach sand or something and put it in an hourglass. That's what she could do. Get beach glass, put it in an hourglass. When she starts having thoughts, just stare at the hourglass.
Yeah, you're right.
I just wanted to call.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
And tell you that I love the show.
Thank you.
I think we can tell our friends now that we're going to go to the Gardendale Lounge.
The Gardendale Lounge with your host, Danny from Gardendale.
Yes.
Down in the Dan Cave.
Yes.
What?
You can speak softly.
Yeah.
Get the neon light. That would be great.
But Darlene, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the show.
All right. You're a lot of fun. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. How about that, people? Darlene from North Carolina calling in the Dan Cave, the Gardendale Lounge. Oh, okay. I'm having a lot of fun tonight. Let me check the chat board one more time, but probably shutting it down here in a little bit. We don't want to go too long tonight. Y'all got work tomorrow. You got football games going on, NFL you need to watch. Mal, I don't know. It's probably like 1 o'clock in the afternoon over there with her. Anyway, let me swap screens here. But anyway, thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in tonight. It was had a lot of fun with y'all. It was a great win. Alabama once again kicks the Tennessee Vols, and you know what? Don't have to hear that Rocky flop all the time. I know that was good for the fans that went. But we'll do it again. Maybe do it again next Sunday after we beat Mississippi State Bulldogs. The Sunday there. Everybody hit that bell. You'll be notified when we come online. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we'll see y'all next time. Roll Tide, y'all. Good night, y'all. Roll Tide, baby. See you next time.